Hello and welcome back. Today I'm going to talk about control nets and how we are going to use them in our workflows. So basically, for today's workflows, I use control net stackers. First of all, what are control nets? Control nets are a way to condition our image. So basically, you just having a normal text prompt or like image to image prompt or whatever, and you have some way like an image line processor or like a pose or something in which you can condition your prompt. So basically, if you want to have like a normal prompt, not image to image, but you want to have the same pose, basically you just load it and you can, there is some control net called open pose in which it extracts a pose and it creates like the same pose. Or like maybe the same environment with depth map. We're going to check right now. Basically, I'm not gonna recreate this from scratch. I'm going to save the workflow for you to download for free from my website or like my Patreon. I'm going to discuss every and each node here in depth and which nodes to download, so you're going to understand everything. Okay, first of all, we have our loader group, which is the same as I have always do in my workflows in my previous videos. We're having like an image in which I add a set node. So whenever I want this image, I just write get, and I just choose it input image. I did this here. So basically, it's the same if I just take this like and use as a wire, but it's much easier, much more neater. Okay. The second group will be the control nets. For the control nets, we need two different node groups to download. You can download them from the manager or the GitHub. I'm going to paste the links for you. The first set of nodes are like the AUX preprocessors. Here they are. And the second set of nodes are the Comfyui multi-control-net stack. You can find it here from SUSY1 Comfyui custom nodes. You can find them in the manager too. Okay? So basically, what does the preprocessor does and what does like the control-net stack does? The preprocessor is basically the preparation of our image to the control net model itself. So basically, we have a model in the control net here in which it can read, for example, the lines. So for example, like this lines, if we want to create like lines from this image, so we want to generate like those lines, we're going to search for Kenny. And then this Kenny image, we're going to feed into the control net stack, in which we are going to load the Kenny, or like the depth. Here, we're going to have a depth image in which we have a model to process this image so it can work correctly. Or we have an open pose in which it extracts the pose from this one. So basically, this one, it prepares our image. Okay, so when we have like open pose, it creates like this open pose, it extracts from our image. And then we can choose it from here, so it can be pre-processed. Okay, and also we can for the Comfyui multi-control-net stack, I'm going to just describe it in a moment. Here it's very powerful because we have like 3 control nets in series in just one node, in which we can control to even open or use or not use. So if we want to use this one, we're just gonna use on. If we don't want to use, we just say off. The same with like those 3. So basically, if I want to use the 3 of them, I just say on, on, on. Also, there is a very important thing here. Here we have like 3 images. And each image, like for example, if we have like the first image, we are using Canny Edge preprocessor. The Canny Edge is basically, it extracts the edges, the lines. And each control net has its own use. I'm going to show you in a moment. But for example, if I want to use a Canny image for the first image, in the first control net 1, with the image 1, I have to choose a Canny. So basically, I go here and search for Canny. Okay? It's you cannot use here like depth. It won't work. So you have to take care of this. Also, if you don't know where to download like the models, because in general, if you didn't download them, you won't find like a Kenny or like depth or anything. You can just come to manager, install models, and just search. Like for example, Kenny. And you're going to find like a couple of Kenny models. You can download whatever you want. Open pose, which is the one which creates the extracts the pose from the image. Depth, scribble. Of course, any model you want, and each type of control-net has a different use, and I'm going to show you an example in a minute. Okay. And we have here also like the strings. So if you want to the control-net to affect your prompt with like 1 means like it will fully affect your image. If 0.5, it's by 0.5 half. Let's leave everything at 1. And also the start percentage and end percentage affects the strength. So basically it can create like the depths maybe further back or like closer down. So basically it controls our strengths also, but I'm going to leave everything at 1 and 0 to 1. And let's close the Kenny and let's close the depths. Let's just experiment with the open pose. Okay. And also after you have a multi-control-net stack, at the end you have a control-net stack. And if you want to have another 3, you just copy this same stacker here, and you create like different preprocessors. So those ones are different. You can also load different ones here, and you just connect this to that. And at the end, you just create a set node here, and you just add it to it. And you just name it stack control-net. Perfect. Okay, for the processing group, to use the control-net stacker, we use efficiency nodes from Luciano Serino. Also, you can just search it in the manager and install custom nodes. But anyway, you just get the control-net stack and you just connect it to this control-net stack. That's it, basically. And you're good to go. Okay, we have this image. So basically, I want to just use the pose. So let's try this one. Okay, I'm not going to use like, okay, I'm having this off and off, just the third one, which is like the open pose. This one, let's see how it affects our image. And let's create like let's just remove the make devilness, just enemy girl in a field. Perfect. Okay, and let's randomize the seed and let's check what's happening. Okay, it's going to calculate everything. Ah, that's so nice. So it created an anime girl based on like the pose we have. Not the same everything, but just the pose. So see what's happening, the open pose thing? Ah, that's really cool. See, like it's very close. Let's say we want to use like the same like geometry. We want to have a table and the floor and something. Maybe let's just try the depth, which is this one. Okay, let's have it on and let's close the open pose. Or maybe we can just leave it. Okay, let's just leave it and let's see what is the effect of like open pose. And so basically we're using those two, this one and this one. I'm sorry, let's randomize because sometimes it's just reading the previous. It created an anime girl, but it kind of looks like guy, but it created an anime girl in a field with like a floor and like table. That's so cool. Okay, but what if we just remove the field? See? It created an image which is very close to our image because we are using depth plus open pose. If we are just having open poses, create a totally different image, but with the same pose. Okay, let's close those two. Let's try like Zakeni. Let's see what its effect is. Let's just change the seed also. See, Kenny has a very similar effect to depth because it calculates like the lines, the edges. See? So basically it's more or less the same edges but with our prompt. And this is how you use a control-net stacker. Maybe let's just back to the anime devil because I like weird stuff. Let's just shake. Okay, perfect. It looks so cool. Okay, I think I just wrap this video here, and basically you can take this processing group and just paste it in a longer workflow or like just have a smaller workflow, but that's it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and also I will have lots of content, basically from Unreal to 3D to animation to architecture and concept art, and also ArcViz. So brace yourselves, the channel will go big soon, and see you. Bye bye.